Two parents charged with assault will likely be facing murder charges after their infant died in a hospital.
The Carolinas are bracing for Tropical Storm Hermine. I'm Kenneth Craig in Charleston, South Carolina, with a look at the preparations coming up.
This is WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. Welcome in on your Friday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. We have a sad update this midday to a story of abuse out of southern Kentucky. A 7-week-old baby in Laurel County has died after police say she was abused by her parents.
Police say the baby suffered a severe head injury earlier this week and was transported to Kentucky Children's Hospital, where she died last night. Gary and Jessica Nicely are both charged with assault and wanton endangerment, but more serious charges are now expected. WKYT's Victor Puente is in London with the latest on the investigation, and that's our top story at noon. Victor?
Deputies tell me it's likely both parents will face upgraded charges after one of those infants died last night. Gary and Jessica Nicely are both facing charges of assault, domestic violence, and wanton endangerment. They could soon be charged with murder. Last week, Gary Nicely was arrested after his 7-week-old daughter had been taken to a local hospital with severe injuries and then transported to UK Children's Hospital. Her twin was also injured and transported to UK. Yesterday, the children's mother, Jessica Nicely, was also arrested. But the investigation is still very active, and both parents will likely be facing a murder charge after that infant died last night around 6:30. Police say both parents claim the other is responsible.
Both are saying that the other's involved, so we've had quite a bit of investigation that's had to be done on this.
There were two other children in that home, a 4- and 7-year-old. Achardo said it's possible there could be more charges connected to them. In Laurel County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. That child's body is now being taken to Frankfort for an autopsy.
Police are investigating a murder in Boyle County, and now there's a search for the victim's stepdaughter. Rhonda Oakley was found dead in her home on Old Houstonville Road yesterday, and now 15-year-old Jenna Oakley is missing. WKYT's Phil Pendleton is in Boyle County with the very latest on the search. Phil?
Kentucky State Police here in Richmond are the lead agency investigating both this murder and this now missing person case that we were just notified just a few hours ago. Now, they say they want to find 15-year-old Jenna Oakley. Her stepmother, Rhonda, was found dead in her home yesterday on Old Houstonville Road in Boyle County. Now, police say they think the 15-year-old is in a white Honda Civic with the Kentucky Breast Cancer Awareness license plate with a license tag of 4113BT. Police have not released how Rhonda Oakley died or the cause of death. She was pronounced dead by the coroner yesterday after the body was discovered around 4:30. The sheriff's office was first called, then state police. Police say right now they simply want to find this juvenile.
We don't know exactly what's happened to her, but obviously we have a deceased female, and a 15-year-old daughter isn't around. And so we don't know what's happened. We don't know what kind of danger she may be facing.
Now, police say the 15-year-old is a student at Boyle County High School. She is described as being 5'4" with brown hair and brown eyes and about 115 pounds. In Madison County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you. And police say Jenna Oakley did not return home after the death of her stepmother.
A Central Kentucky caretaker is behind bars this midday accused of stealing from an elderly man. Dorsey Jason Pratt of Georgetown was arrested in Lexington. Police say he conned the man, who has dementia, out of nearly $30,000. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain has more on the charges he now faces.
I spoke with the son of the elderly man who was allegedly conned by his caregiver. His son tells me his dad is heartbroken over the idea that someone he trusted dearly took advantage of him. Dorsey Jason Pratt of Georgetown was arrested in Lexington, charged with exploitation of an adult as well as theft by deception. Police say Pratt convinced 86-year-old Marshall Fugate to sign at least 37 checks to him. Here are pictures of the two together. Pratt had been caring for Fugit for more than a year. Police say the fraudulent checks spanned over a 5 to 6 month period, and those checks ended up totaling more than $28,000. Fugit, who has dementia, told police he had no idea why he was even signing the checks. Fugit's son tells us his dad was close to Jason, and he was shocked when he discovered Jason had been taking money from his dad.
I mean, this guy came across like he was a great person, but he had us all fooled. We all trusted him. We thought he was a great guy, but turned out he wasn't.
Fugit tells me when Pratt was taken out of his father's home yesterday by police, he didn't say a word to him or his dad. Pratt is scheduled to be arraigned later today. In Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
And Fugit tells us that Pratt cared for Fugit's dad since the spring of 2015. He says investigators are working to see if there are more fraudulent checks.
Some fresh fall-like air is back in the bluegrass this midday with plenty of sunshine and lower temperatures. And this trend is expected to take us through the holiday weekend. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is live in our First Alert Weather Center now with an early look at the forecast.
And it's fantastic out there, Barb, already seeing very comfortable temperatures showing up all over the place. Look at these, 76 here in Lexington, low and mid 70s in eastern portions of Kentucky. Look at those clouds in the sky off in the distance. Those are high cirrus clouds, and those are coming in from Hermine. I've got our camera pointed off toward the southeast, and that's what we're tracking there. Humidity only at 45%. Look at the winds coming in here out of the northeast at around 20 miles per hour, meaning dry and comfortable stuff. And there you can see the view from space with the clouds easing into especially southeastern Kentucky. That could be a spot that sees a stray shower or two from this system. I'll track that chance coming up.
And we'll see you shortly. We thank you. And Tropical Storm Hermine is making its way across the southeast now. It's made landfall in the overnight hours as a Category 1 hurricane in Florida.
Hermine is bringing heavy rain and powerful winds to Georgia and the Carolinas as coastal areas prepare for possible flooding, even some tornadoes. Kenneth Craig has the latest from Charleston, South Carolina.
Waves lash the bulkhead along Charleston's waterfront while shopkeepers sandbag storefronts ahead of Tropical Storm Hermine. The storm made landfall overnight near the Florida Panhandle as a Category 1 hurricane, the first for Florida in more than a decade. A 7-foot storm surge and several inches of rain flooded streets and downed trees, knocked out power to more than 100,000 residents.
We will spend the coming days assessing the damage and responding to the needs of our communities and Florida families.
Hermine is now bringing heavy rain and 60-mile-an-hour winds to Georgia and South Carolina.
We're taking this storm very seriously.
Charleston Mayor John Tecklenburg reminded residents that just because Hermine is no longer a hurricane, it is still a threat.
We are expecting serious winds, serious rainfall that can lead to flash flooding.
Here along Charleston's waterfront, Hermine is more of a spectacle than a threat, at least for now.
We're enjoying getting out right now and not really prepping or anything, I guess.
I love it.
You love it?
I absolutely adore it.
Benjamin Moore has lived here all of his life. He's taking this storm in stride.
I'm afraid it's going to veer and go inward. That's what it usually does.
From here, Hermine is expected to move off the northeast and stall off the coast of New Jersey for Labor Day weekend. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, Charleston, South Carolina.
Now, Georgia Power reports that more than 76,000 of its customers are without power statewide. A hurricane watch is in effect for Hawaii as a powerful storm churns across the Pacific Ocean. The National Weather Service says the Big Island, Maui, and Oahu are all under the watch due to Hurricane Lester, which has strengthened to a Category 3 storm. Forecasters say Lester is on a track to pass just north of the island chain over the weekend. It follows on the heels of Hurricane Madeline, which was downgraded to a tropical storm as it brushed by the islands without causing major damage.
UK's Student Athlete Advisory Council is now taking up donations to help the flood victims in Louisiana. Among the items they're collecting are cleaning products, tools, household goods, and toiletries. You can drop them off at the UK soccer field parking lot off College Way near Alumni Drive. Donations are being accepted today through Sunday. You can drop them off from 1 until 8 today and from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. tomorrow, and then again from 1 until 7 on Sunday. After that, they'll be loading up and taking those supplies down there. Well, the official groundbreaking for the new Bluegrass Stockyards facility will be taking place this afternoon. A massive fire destroyed the old stockyards on Lyle Industrial Avenue back in January. The new facility will be located off Ironworks Pike at the Fayette-Scott County line. Lexington Mayor Jim Gray, Congressman Andy Barr, and Bluegrass Stockyards representatives are to be on hand for that groundbreaking ceremony. That's coming up within the hour at 1 o'clock. And construction of the new stockyards is expected to be completed by next July. Some of country music's hottest stars are preparing to hit the stage in Lexington this weekend.
The annual Red, White, and Boom Music Festival kicks off tonight at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Tonight's headliner is Eric Church, with performances by Casey Musgraves, Cam and Maren Morris. Some other big names performing this weekend include Jason Aldean and Florida Georgia Line.
Well, a child welfare agency has opened an investigation into former Democratic Congressman Anthony Weiner in the wake of his most recent sexting scandal. We'll have the latest on that coming up on Kentucky's #1 Midday News.
And it's only September, but it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas at Dollywood. We'll take you there next on WKYT. Welcome back to WKYT News at noon. A child welfare agency has started an investigation into former New York Democratic Congressman Anthony Weiner following his latest sexting scandal.
Weiner confirmed to the New York Times that he has received a letter from Children's Services about the investigation. Sunday, the New York Post published photos Weiner sent to a woman he had never met. One of the photos showed Weiner in his underpants lying on a bed with his 4-year-old son. Weiner is now separated from his wife, Uma Abedin, a top aide to Hillary Clinton. Meanwhile, Clinton has just smashed records with her best fundraising month ever in her presidential bid. The Democratic nominee raised $143 million in August for her campaign. She's still leading Trump in most polls, but the race for the White House is tightening. An average of the nation's leading surveys shows a 5-point lead for Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump. Clinton is also leading in all battleground states. Both Trump and Clinton are taking a day away from the campaign trail with no public event scheduled for either of them. The late, great Gene Wilder will be returning to the big screen this weekend. 55 AMC theaters around the country will honor Wilder by showing 2 of his most popular films, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and Blazing Saddles, tomorrow and Sunday. Tickets are just $5 per film. Wilder died Monday due to complications from Alzheimer's disease. He was 83 years old. Well, while most of us are enjoying the last unofficial weekend of summer, folks in Pigeon Forge are already looking ahead to the Christmas season. Dollywood is already transforming into a winter wonderland with poinsettias and 4 million Christmas lights being installed. Dolly herself is at the park filming for her new movie, Christmas of Many Colors, that comes out this holiday season. It's the sequel to the hit movie about her life, Coat of Many Colors. Dollywood's Smoky Mountain Christmas opens November 5th. All right, they already look ready to go down there.
Coming up at 12:30, we will take you to the funeral services being held here in Kentucky for Sister Paula Merrill after she was murdered inside of her Mississippi home last week.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
It is a gorgeous Friday out there across central and eastern Kentucky with very comfortable temperatures hanging out with us. Let's look at them. I've got them thrown up on our Defender Radar network as well, but not much to track as far as precipitation is concerned. It's very dry out there. Clouds are streaming into the skies, especially across southern and eastern Kentucky. This you see here that is really visible for you folks in parts of Hazard, into Harlan, down to Middlesboro, Prestonsburg. That is all coming in from Hermine. So you are seeing some of the clouds. We're actually seeing some of them here in Lexington as well, at least the high, thin stuff that kind of leads the way. So that's really about it. Other than that, it's just plain old gorgeous out there with very comfortable levels of humidity in the air. High pressure moving into the Great Lakes, keeping everything nice and quiet all the way through your Saturday. And that means a good looking, refreshing fall air mass is here. So between today and tomorrow, highs only in the mid and upper 70s to around 80 degrees. The drier air has arrived and it's going to hang around with us through the next day or so. It's going to be spectacular. Now, we could see a little impact from Hermine, and it's a very minimal one, but you can still see it's spinning right across parts of Georgia and getting into South Carolina right now, into Columbia, and all the way back to Charleston there. Certainly a dangerous place to be with thunderstorms and the possibility of even tornadic activity. Hermine right now has winds around 50 miles per hour. Moving northeast at 18. That's a saving grace for some flooding concerns because it does have a nice forward speed as it's pushing up the east coast of the United States. So again, we might see a little moisture creep into southeastern Kentucky from this, but overall I think it'll mainly be cloud cover. So we keep the mention of it just being very nice out there. So if you're headed out to high school football this evening, it's going to feel like it finally. And if you're going to the UK game tomorrow, it will definitely feel like it for you tomorrow. So enjoy this holiday weekend.
Fun. I love it. Love it.
Incredibly comfortable, you know. It really
I
is.
like that. Incredibly comfortable.
Yeah. All right. We're coming back on WKYT News in just a moment. One of the state's biggest high school matchups is tonight.
And the Cats try to back up the preseason talk tomorrow night. Dave Baker's next with sports.
Checking stocks as we head into the afternoon trading. The major market indicators are up on your Friday afternoon.
It's finally here, and tomorrow the only thing that will count isn't predictions, but what happens on the field as the Cats host Southern Miss in the home opener. It'll be strength against strength as Southern quarterback Nick Mullins, boy, he's a guy that can really throw the ball. And the Kentucky secondary, they're talented and confident. And they've got a former DB himself in Coach Mark Stoops, who is ultra demanding.
I'm never taking my foot off their neck, and but you know, they've got to go back it up too. I mean, they've got to go play, and they're gonna. If you play defensive back, if you play corner, you're gonna give up some passes. That's just the way it is. But it's on to the next play, and we have to win our fair share. So I don't think you know, there's anybody out here ready to believe that they're going to go a whole season without giving up any contested plays. I don't think that's the case. But you know, we'll see. You know, we'll have to answer that as we go.
Wildcats against Southern Miss tomorrow night, 7:30 kickoff at Commonwealth Stadium. It'll be televised on ESPNU. South Carolina gets a last-minute field goal to beat Vandy. Tennessee preseason top 10 in trouble versus Appalachian State. Mountaineers up 7-3. Marcus Cox makes the catch, gets free, 33-yard touchdown, but Appy State misses the extra point, and that would be big, 13-3. Tennessee rallies, needing a big play of its own. They get it. Joshua Dobbs to Josh Malone, 67 yards. And we're all tied at 13 going to overtime. And then how about Dobbs on third down? Look at him at the goal line. He jumps, loses the football. But guess what? Jalen Hurd is there for the recovery. They say it's a touchdown. 9 years ago to the day, Appy State beat Michigan in the Big House. They can't do it on Rocky Top. 20-13 balls. Appy State had a missed extra point and a missed field goal. And a huge night tonight on High School Game Time at 11, including one of the best rivalries in the state as Danville takes on Boyle County. These two football giants of Central Kentucky will meet for the 55th time. They've won a total of 17 state championships.
I'd say it kind of like gives you a little cringe, has a little cringe to it. It's a really good rivalry, and in the games, it's a really good atmosphere. The whole city comes in, fills the stands. And it's a really good atmosphere.
Danville, right after that game, which is always a heated rivalry, and Danville should have one of their better teams. They got, you know, a 4-year starter back at quarterback, and they always got good skilled people.
Tonight on the Big Blue Insider, Ryan Lemon sitting in for Dick Gabriel with a preview of Kentucky's opener with Southern Miss. That's at 6 on 630 WLAP. Should be a great weekend for football, great holiday weekend. You all have a great one. That's Look at Sports on your Friday.
Okay, you as well, Dave. Thank you so much, and we hope you'll keep it here.
There's much more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at noon.
We now know when a Bath County man who was arrested in Indiana will be extradited to Kentucky on murder charges.
Coming up, 2 parents accused of abusing their 3 children face a Franklin County judge for the first time.
Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $92 million, and tomorrow's Powerball jackpot is $170 million.